For most of you who don't know me, my name's Evros. I'm 32 years old. I live in Cyprus, and today I wish to tell my story. Now you're gonna have different type of people viewing this video from different type of angles. Now to understand this video in full, you need to know the difference between a few words and the true meanings of them. For example, what is legal? What is lawful? What is a complaint? What is a claim? What is a hearing? What is a trial? What is a request? What is a requirement? You also need to know the difference between a creditor and a debtor, public versus private. You also need to know the true definitions of the word court, court of record, due process. Now to learn all of the above, you need to go and listen to this guy. His name is Karl Lentz. I put the link in the description below. Now, I started the video licensing company back in the late 2019. Basically, we as a company provide videos worldwide. Now, within the period of 2 years, me and my team have managed to acquire over 10,000 videos exclusively in our library. The only problem in that is that our website was connected to our YouTube channel. For some reason, YouTube does not recognize my company as the exclusive rights holder. So I have no monetization, I have no content ID tool, I can't secure and protect all these videos with the tools that YouTube provide, because let's face it, most of the profit in a video licensing company comes from ads. Well, my company was not allowed to have this feature, which did result in the non-function and breakdown of the business. So as I couldn't pay my employees to stick around for this super functioning business, now I was alone. One day, I see one of my videos on another video licensing's YouTube channel. And now this video has over 40 million views and it's monetized. Now one video, so many views, can bring up the company again, bring it all into life and butterflies, and everything's gonna be okay, Evros. Now, so I did try to communicate with the other side. Now, usually in this video licensing business, these type of issues take place on a regular. Basically, two companies come together and say, hey buddy, this is my license. I got this from the filmer on this date at this time. Can you show me your license? What day did you get it? For some magic reason, I got no response. Now YouTube has a system which handles complaints. Now I tried using this system many times. Once I saw that YouTube always neglects the fact that we're the exclusive rights holders and YouTube always turns us down, I'm thinking, you know what, fuck it, I'm not using this anymore. Why should I when I always get rejected and I got all the legal documents and you're saying no to me? Now you're breaking my spirit. I don't know how to make this company function, because I need the tools to secure all these videos that other people are making money from taking the video and uploading it on their channel. So YouTube's complaint system says in order to prove your case, you need to go and get a court order to remove the unauthorized video. Now, as the other side didn't have any information about him for me to go and file a court order, YouTube is responsible for this error, so I'm gonna have to address my claim to the woman who acts as head of legal for YouTube. So I went down to my local courthouse to get this order by filing a claim. So I went to DHL and mailed a copy of this claim to Google's office in Ireland. Now I've got 10 days to wait for the other side to dispute my claim, or else I win by default. Now 4 days later, I'm sitting in my car down at the beach thinking, what am I gonna do with my life? My business is not even functioning anymore. I don't even know if I wanna ever do this business ever again, because now I realize that all the money I'm ever gonna make is dependent from these social platforms, and one day they can just say, no, you're not working with us anymore, blah, blah. So anyway, 4 days later, I'm sitting in my car and I receive a Google call. Oh, you don't know what a Google call is? A Google call is when you file a claim against Google and the lawyer gives you a call.
Of unauthorized use of property, this is the one I have. I don't know.
Okay, how did you receive this from, I'm
a lawyer.
Are you in Cyprus?
I am a lawyer in Cyprus, yes.
Where are you located, sir?
I'm located in Nicosia.
Okay. The removal of property, that claim was the unauthorized use of a video that someone else is getting paid for it. I have the exclusive rights. I have all legal documents to prove my case. And all I wish is for the proper function of government. They wanted a court order, so I had to go and file a legal action to basically keep the video down. But the property is my video.
No, I understand. Talking about the video on YouTube, I presume?
Yes, you presume correct.
Okay. And you got the response that you should get a court order?
Correct.
That's my understanding. Okay, that court order, I'm just expressing my view here. What YouTube meant by a court order relates to the person that is illegally using your video.
Without authorization, correct. And without even presenting the redacted license agreement. Because every time we file a takedown, we don't have all the tools that YouTube provides. And as a video licensing company with over 10,000 video clips to secure and protect, we just need the correct tools to function. Otherwise, these errors are going to continue to take place. More costs are going to take place. I'm going to have to receive compensation. I don't want to go through. I don't want to go through that path, Anastasios. I just want to have the proper function of my business.
I understand. We deal with this every day. I am an IT lawyer, so...
Wonderful.
I understand.
Wonderful.
I understand the concepts you're discussing. I'm just trying to... And apologies, I didn't know you have a company, because it's not specified on the claim I have. So excuse my ignorance here. So your company is a content creator?
No, it's a video licensing company. We hold the exclusive rights. We're the exclusive rights holders. With the content creator who filmed the video, I have an exclusive agreement. And every time I send my redacted license agreement, it's always ignored. And even a signature is not satisfying to YouTube. And I've come to a point that I don't know what else to do but seek remedy.
Yeah, no, I understand. If someone is legally...
How can we settle this?
I need to go back and get instructions, obviously. I just wanted to understand what the property is about. And sorry, have you shared... So, for example, you know the drill regarding complaints, I understand, through YouTube.
I'm not fully into it, but I understand the basics.
Okay. So, I mean, for this particular video, I presume you...
This particular video, Anastasios, has generated 40 million views, and it's monetized from another video licensing company, which I cannot find any contact information, any registered company address, anywhere just to contact these people. I have tried to communicate via email from the complaint form that they left the details. No response. I have added all of this to the emails, and this support manager always sends me, we understand, but you don't understand. You continue to neglect. And I really thank you for actually calling to find a solution for this, because I just want the proper function of government. I need the content ID tool. I need the monetization back, because we're a video licensing company. How can we secure and protect the videos?
Absolutely. Mr. Dimitri, every contractual or other legal right you have, it needs to be upheld.
Yeah, exactly, but I have everything. So what's the next step?
Well, now I have a clear picture of what it is about. And again, apologies, I was not able to understand from the claim what the property was.
I have another claim in front of me. I haven't mailed it because I'm actually going to Dublin myself to file this claim, because I want to make sure it's not a complaint, it's a claim.
The one you filed is already a claim.
Yes, I know, but that's just for the court order for the removal of video. Now I'm filing a claim because you terminated my channel, and I have 7,000 video clips on there, which is connected. Your API is connected to my website, and αν θέλει να έρθει το MTV to buy a video, it cannot see the video because you terminated my channel.
Can you tell me the name of your channel?
Sellamoment. And I'm willing to withdraw all this if you can help me settle this and get my channel back and get all the tools I need to protect my videos and just move on with my business.
Okay. What I can promise is that now that I have a clear picture, I will get instructions on how to deal with this. As you understand, I'm a lawyer, so I need to get instructions. What about the existing claim regarding this particular video?
Yes, this existing claim. Yes, I have to wait to get the court order, or do you want me to? What do you need?
Well, Yeah, I mean, I wanted to clarify something on this. When YouTube or Google says they need a court order, of course, as I said, I haven't, because I didn't know what this was about, which video we're talking about. Now I know. I wasn't able to look at existing exchanges you may have had with them, but I understand there was an exchange, there was a complaint, and they asked for a court order.
Right, but I believe YouTube only wants to see that you filed an action. You filed some documents and then send it to them. But if they want the court order, I need to wait a few more days so I can win by default, because no one's going to appear in a court of record. So...
No, you can rest assured we will appear.
But you have no standing in a court of record. You're a lawyer, you're a fiction. I'm going as man. You have no standing in court of record. Court of record only proceeds under common law. Do you understand that?
Well, when I say we, I mean Google will appear.
So you're going to appear at court?
Absolutely, you made a claim.
Yes, and who's the wrongdoer on the claim? I'm speaking to a man now called Anastasios. My claim is to a woman called Ruth. If Ruth doesn't appear, then I win by default.
I just wanted to...
But I don't want to go through that route, Anastasios. I just want to fix the problems and continue with my business. So if we can do that, I'm happy to withdraw everything, because you guys really did me wrong.
What I can promise is this will be dealt with. That I can promise you.
Okay. Should I wait for a phone call from you? How would you like
Yes,
to...
I need to get instructions. What I wanted to ask, though, what I wanted to clarify is that when Google or YouTube say they need a court order, they mean a court order against the person who is illegally infringing your intellectual rights or license to intellectual rights.
But how can I file a claim against someone who I don't know where he lives? There's no registration of him. There's no sign of him.
That's a valid point.
The only one I know is the one who's responsible for these errors, and that's Ruth, the head of legal for YouTube. And that's the woman I'm taking to a court of record. It's going to be my court, by the way. I remind you, it's a claim, not a complaint.
I didn't say it's a complaint. I said it's a claim.
Wonderful. All right, Anastasios, well, thank you very much for the call. I'm happy you actually called me.
I suspect all of this is a misunderstanding, and I think we'll get to the bottom of it.
Okay, thank you very much, Anastasios. Bye.
When I ended the call with this guy, I was so happy. Like, I felt he was so positive in fixing these errors. He even promised we're gonna deal with this matter. It's all a misunderstanding. Now, in my mind, I got no reason to doubt this guy. He's gonna fix the errors. I'm gonna get my monetization. I'm gonna get, for the first time, the content ID tool. I can have actually a proper functioning business. Don't forget, we have to be at court in 6 days. So I'm thinking, I don't need to go to court. Everything's gonna be dealt with. Everything's gonna be rainbows and butterflies and sunshines and roses. But no,
Okay, I've looked into the matter, and from what I understand, the YouTube team handling this are actually expecting a new application from you for the content ID tool.
Okay, because when you submit the application, you have to wait. Are you saying once I submit it, it would be approved from the team?
No, I'm not in a position to know that.
Because I've been doing this application for the last 2 years. It always comes out that it's not approved. So that's why I'm saying, if you want me to, I can actually file it and see how it goes. But that usually takes over a month and...
Okay. So you've been doing this application in the past, and it has been...
It's always it's always rejected, yes.
Okay. I didn't see that from what the data...
Well, in all fairness, Anastasios, they ain't gonna give you that info, are they? All they want you to do is do your fucking job. Say whatever bullshit that comes into your head, blah, 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 get this fucking guy off my back.
What did YouTube say at the moment? They will give us the content ID tool?
Okay, there's two things I found out. That they are expecting a new application from you. That is the impression they had. The last point, and perhaps this is the most important one, because you filed a legal action, the policy is to freeze everything. So what I'm trying to say here is that because of this policy, not a lot can be done to reopen the topic.
Okay, I lost you there.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that because of Google policy, while the civil action you filed in court remains in place, it's very difficult for Google to do anything because Google feels threatened. Do you see my point?
Google feels threatened. Did you see the claim?
I did see the claim. I mean, it's a policy, you know.
So you're basically trying to say to me to withdraw my claim and you're going to sort it out. Is that what you're saying to me?
Pretty much, yeah.
Is there any type of proof you can put it in writing to me that say, kindly, if you withdraw this claim, we will provide you these tools and give you the fair, just compensation for that video that you lost, and we can continue? Is that something we can do?
Regarding compensation, I don't
You got to listen to this point.
they don't believe they should compensate anyone.
But what if they paid the wrong person? What if they paid the wrong man?
We appreciate that, and you can go after them.
But there's no registration, so isn't it Google's responsibility to make sure that these things don't take place and don't let people with no legal documents pretend they have legal documents or registered somewhere?
Absolutely. I mean, you know what? Because you're absolutely right in what you're saying. Okay, so you're saying that this other person acted in bad faith.
Yes, and as many times as you try to communicate to settle and they ignore, and YouTube allows this, well, I'm going to go after the woman who acts as head of legal for YouTube. Who am I going to go for?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But Anastasios, you have to also bear in mind that for me to come to this point, my heart's broken.
Okay, well, everything is. Let me get instructions then and get back to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Anastasios.
No, thank you.
Bye.
Let me get instructions, man. I'll get back to you. I haven't heard back from anyone. Now, I did sense that I'm gonna get screwed over here, so I went and filed another claim for the compensation. One claim was take the video down, and the other claim was pay me the money that you paid that guy, because that video is monetized and all that money, YouTube has been sharing it with that YouTube channel. Whatever money you gave that side, I want that money. Now, the courthouse that I went and filed the claim, both cases were appointed to 2 different judges on the same day, which is a bit stupid on their behalf because we don't want to waste any valuable time and resources that the courts have. But you know what? It's their resources, it's their time. Maybe I think differently. So I met Anastasios at the courthouse.
You Anastasios? How you doing, man? You right? Good, man.
Now, to understand this part, what I'm about to show you now, you're going to need to understand what the true meaning of the word court means. I'll give you an example. A court is a place that we play a game. It's the same thing as saying, hey, let's go to the basketball court. Let's go to the football court. Let's go to the tennis court. It's a game with 2 teams. And in the middle, it's the line that separates the 2 teams. In the court system, they have the legal side and they have the lawful side. Now, because I filed a claim and not a complaint, I fall in the lawful side. This woman did try to take over by establishing her court. I didn't want to play under her court. I'm not in her court because the judge only has authority over your paperwork if you accept that you are in her court. We're not in your court playing by your rules. We're in my court playing by my rules. And you're just the judge to witness the other side did not appear. Don't forget, court systems, it's a word game. You go and play a word game. What I'm talking about in this video, you might not understand what I'm talking about, but these people know the game. They know the rules of the game. Now, as I said before, you need to go and listen to Karl Lentz for about 200 hours just to get an idea and a more clear picture, okay? Because there's 2 worlds. There's the Falali, Farouzi, TikTok, Instagram world, and there's the real world where man lives. Now, this woman who acts as judge in my court, now this woman was trying to take jurisdiction over to her court to establish her court by making me speak in Greek or try to make me put on a mask. So I went and put the mask on because I know that's not my real fight. She's just trying to use a mechanism to try to scare me to bring it in her court. But let's just say, you know what, I'm gonna play like a stupid little boy here until you say something wrong and I'm gonna come out.
Hey, Judge. It's my claim, it's my court.
Put your mask on, please.
Is there an order?
Your mask.
Is there an order, ma'am?
It's for me, for my office. I don't want to come with someone.
Okay, would you like to assist me with one?
Συγγνώμη, δεν μιλά ελληνικά. Βγαίνετε έξω, θα θυμάστε τους να έρθει στο γραφείο μου. Δεν θα δείτε σας.
Hey, ma'am.
Put your mask on. Find someone to translate it because I'm not a translator here.
Now, this is one of her tricks to bring me back to her court and her rules and all the legislation and codes and everything. She's going to attack me with all of that. Now, it doesn't make sense to me because she's asking me to go and bring a translator. For what? You just spoke to me in English, which establishes that you understand English. Second, you did go to school in England to study law before you came to Cyprus to start practicing law and become a judge. Third, my claim is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 words? Are you saying to me you don't know how to translate 11 words? Obviously she knows how to speak English. Obviously she knows how to translate 11 or 12 words. That's not the reason why she's doing it. She's only doing all this battle with me to bring me back to her court so she can turn around and say, because it's my court, I dismiss your case. And that's what she wanted to do. I felt it, I sensed it, I just smelt it. Everything in there just gave me that sense. And I'm not playing that game. Anyway, moving along.
It's my claim, ma'am.
Find someone to translate from English to Greek to the court.
But you're speaking to me in English now.
I won't speak in English anymore. Go outside and tell someone to speak in English.
Ma'am, I speak English.
Can you speak Greek every day?
Can you speak Greek?
Ma'am, before we move forward with my claim...
Can you speak Greek? Go outside for someone because I want to make my decision to find someone to translate you. I'm not going to translate.
Ma'am, one question. Whose court is this?
It's a district court.
Whose court is
We
this?
speak Greek in my court.
It's not your court, it's my court. It's my claim. It's my claim.
I will go inside in the courtroom, find someone to translate. Okay?
Ma'am, it's my court.
Go outside, we'll go in the courtroom.
Now I feel that the judge is interfering with my right to access my courts by protecting the lawyer. And if you don't believe me, here's the proof.
Do you understand?
No, not in the court, man. I'm trying to tell her it's my court, but she's interfering with my court, bro. She's interfering with my court. She's trying to protect you, bro.
If you come...
She's trying to protect you.
No.
She is.
I don't know. I don't know.
She's trying to protect you then. No, I don't know. Now, if the lawyer's laugh is not proof to you, it is to me.
The language of the court isn't Greek. I mean, if you were in another country, they would ask you to speak in that language.
It's my court.
Now, a lot of you, as you may not understand what's going on, because I keep saying it's my court, it's my court, it's my court. A court is nothing more than a piece of paper, okay, that has 4 corners. And I can hold court all day long, right? When I wrote my claim, I wrote it in English with blue ink. The law, the court, is in English. The language of the court is in English. Now she's trying to turn and say, no, it's my court. This is the court. This is my court. And I'm saying, no. Today is my court, okay? And this is where we going back and forward on the first day of trial. So as we're both waiting for the judge, I had one final conversation with the lawyer.
Why don't you just pay, man? I don't get it. Why doesn't Google just pay? Why would you want to put it in public, such a thing? And as put in Gibron and put it in public, the whole world will know. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Well, you brought it in public. Why are they not giving you the account, the content ID?
Why? Thank you very much. Why?
No, I don't know. I'm genuinely asking.
I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I tried every other way not to bring it in public.
No, I get it. I mean, as I told you on the phone, they said you should apply again.
But I did.
Obviously,
anything you said to me was false. Because it is taking people down on a lawyer.
I think it's easier to just find someone.
No, man. No, because if I do that, I'm in your world.
If you were in the UK...
No, this is the UK. It's Commonwealth. It's court record. It's land. It's man.
Okay, let me stop you here for a moment. Now, the judge is 2 minutes late. When someone goes to file a claim at a courthouse, he basically pays to rent a room at the building for 20-30 minutes. I rented the room at 9 o'clock on that day. Now the time is 9:02 and the judge is already 2 minutes late. Now, once from 9 o'clock to 9:30 passes, I don't have control over the room anymore. It's not my room anymore. Do you see how it's played? Now, because the judge is 2 minutes late, hey, tell the woman she's 2 minutes late.
You sure you don't have anyone to translate?
Nah, man. I don't act in legal capacity. I'm a man.
No, yeah, I just mean
No thanks, man.
friend.
No thanks, man. You speak English perfectly well.
She does too. It's just the language.
Yeah, she wants to convert my claim back into a complaint. I ain't doing that.
I think she just wants to.
No, she wants to convert it. You know what she wants.
Now, the judge is 12 minutes late. So apparently, according to the judge's subject, she has another case at the moment. And when she finishes that case, she's gonna come and do my case. But the truth is, the judge and her buddies called the police and they were waiting for the police to arrive. That's the reason for the delay. Now, for many who are not aware, at a courthouse, in a courtroom, it's a typical strategy that these judges use to intimidate you and scare you. And the reason why they do this is to try and confuse you so much you don't even know why you're there. Now, specifically this case, my case, is very strange calling police because it's a civil matter. I'm the one who filed the claim. I'm the one who rented the room. And now I feel like I'm the one being accused. Now, what the judge and her buddies didn't know is that all the police officers at that building know me.
Ah, man, don't bechtim.
Δεν μπορώ.
Αλλά έχω claim, ρε.
Έχει πρόβλημα ρε φίλε εδώ.
Όχι, ρε, είναι πρόβλημα.
So the way I'm thinking about it is the judge and her buddies called the police and said, oh my God, there's a big attack here, you gotta come quick. And they made a big attack story that happened. And as soon as the police officer comes with his buddies, he sees me, he's like, big attack? Evro? Well, what do you mean? It doesn't add up. Even the police officer was shocked.
Έχει πρόβλημα ρε φίλε εδώ.
Όχι, ρε, είναι πρόβλημα.
Δεν κλαίμε πάλι.
Now a third police officer comes, and don't forget, all three police officers now know me. The police officers even vouch for me.
Man, don't bechtim. Καλά, εσύ.
Εδώ Evro μας είχε πως ήταν.
At this moment up to now, the whole situation is bizarre. I feel mistreated. I feel like an animal. The way that the judge and her buddies set up this ambush on me is really disgusting. Now, you might not see it like that, but from my side, the way I see it, it's an ambush to me because they're trying to confuse me now. They're trying to bring all these people in to confuse my 12-word claim. When all I wanted from the judge was to act in a witness capacity to witness the woman did not appear, give me my default judgment. That's all I wanted. Hey, good morning, judge. Hey, good morning, Evro. Evro, is it? Yeah. Did the woman come here today, judge? Is anyone here today to dispute my claim? Say no. Okay, thank you, judge. Can you just sign my judgment? 100%. There you go, buddy. See you later, judge. Funny how all of that went out the window, huh?
Ma'am, are you interfering with my right to access my court? Ma'am, any Megirios, I'm a man here. It's my claim, it's my court. Ma'am.
Sorry, I did say I'm not going to interrupt, but this is really important for me. The woman says, speak calm, speak calm. How can I be calm when you created this big ambush against me? Now I'm not calm. I can see what you're doing to me. I can see it. And the judge says, I'm trying to help you. Just stay calm. I'm trying to help you. Now, because I have experience with these people, anytime I hear the word, I want to help. I'm helping. I'm trying to help you. Don't you want my help? Listen, you don't want my help? Okay, fine. Okay, whenever they talk like that, and then I let them help me, I get fucked. Now, she set up this ambush. She's telling me to keep calm. I'm trying to help you. Anyway, carry on.
Ma'am, I don't... Ma'am, Are you interfering with my right to access my court?
Αν νομίζεις πως το παραβιάζω,
For the
κάνετε μαγωγή. Τώρα όμως, επειδή είσαστε μέσα εδώ, βάστε τη μάσκα σας.
Ευρώ, φίλε,
Is
μάσκα.
that is don't trespass?
Τη μάσκα σου, ρε, τη μάσκα.
Please, do not interfere. Do not interfere.
122 παρακαλώ. 122 η αγωγή.
Ρε, εσείς μάσκα.
Ma'am,
Είσαστε ο κύριος.
Ευρώ,
Ma'am.
εσείς μάσκα γέμου. Εμπρός, φίλε.
Αφήστε τον κύριο Πεπίδη.
please leave me alone. Let me be. I have the right to be let alone. Let me alone.
Μιλήστε ελληνικά όμως.
This is my court.
Ελληνικά παρακαλώ.
This is my court.
Το δικαστήριο ελληνικά είναι γλώσσα.
Whose court is this?
Μιλήστε ελληνικά.
Whose court is this?
Μιλάς στα ελληνικά, ευρώ,
Do
ελληνικά.
not interfere, please.
Η γλώσσα η οποία ακολουθεί στο δικαστήριο είναι ελληνική γλώσσα. Αν κάποιος διάδικος δεν γνωρίζει ελληνικά ή δεν μπορεί να μιλήσει στα ελληνικά, φέρνει διερμηνέα. Έχετε μαζί σας κάποιο διερμηνέα, κυρία?
Why would I need the translator? You spoke to me in English, it's 12 words, read the 12 words. Because as soon as I say, yeah, give me a translator, or yeah, let me speak Greek, I'm in her rules. She can do whatever she wants. I don't want to be under her. I want to appoint her as my fiduciary, as my trustee. And this is the difference. I'm stopping this video here because this part is really interesting. Now, I didn't summons Google to court, the fiction. I summons the woman who acts as director for Google. Okay, so I'm going man against woman. So I know to myself, I can't beat Google. They've got thousands of lawyers. Why would I want to play with that bazooka when I only have like a spoon? I want to bring it down to man, and this is the level we're playing. You're not up here, no, I'm not down here. I'm bringing it right there, common law. That's what I'm sticking at, common law. Now, the lawyer starts to speak with the judge. Now, because he opened his mouth in open court.
Το όνομα σας?
Before we move forward with my claim, I wish to see some ID. Do you have ID? Do you have ID?
You have ID.
Show me your ID.
The judge knew exactly what I was doing. The judge knew as soon as he gives me this ID, I can turn around and say to the judge, what's going on here, judge? There's a man here, I summons the woman. So what's going on here, judge? Well, can't you see this corruption, judge? Are you gonna give me the default judgment, judge? What are you gonna do, judge?
Το όνομα σας?
Before we move forward with my claim, I wish to see some ID. Do you have ID? Do you have ID?
You have ID.
Show me your ID.
Κύριε Λία, δεν θα απόψω διαδικασία. Δεν μπορείς να σωθεί η διαδικασία μας στον δρόμο. Αν δεν συμμορφωθείς με τους κανόνες προς το δικαστήριο σεβασμού καταρχάς και τήρησης ιεραρχίας, δεν συμμορφωθούμε.
Ευρώ, άκουσες.
Κι άλλος τούτος αστυνομικός. Ευρώ, άκουσες. What do you mean, Evro, άκουσες? So, άμα γυρίσει η γυναίκα να πει, Evro, πήγαινε, πέσε που τον κρεμμόν κάτω. Να γυρίσει να μου πεις, Evro, άκουσες.
I require remedy. I require remedy by fair and just compensation. See Exhibit A.
Αν συνεχίζει να μιλά γρήγορα,
Τίποτα, δεν
στην
τίποτα,
αρχική γλώσσα δικαστήριο δεν μπορεί να καταγράψει, δεν καταλαβαίνει τι αναφέρει. Εκκρεμεί μια αίτηση σήμερα.
You have no standing. You have no first-hand knowledge. Do you have first-hand knowledge, sir? If you don't have first-hand knowledge, ma'am, I require remedy by fair and just compensation. See Exhibit A.
Υπάρχει κάποιος μεταφραστής να μπορεί να μεταφράσει.
See Exhibit A, ma'am.
Η άλλη πλευρά καταχώρησε μια αίτηση με την οποία μεταξύ άλλων ζητά τον παραμερισμό και ακύρωση του κριτηρίου εντάλματος. Έχετε λάβει γνώση αυτής της αίτησης, κυρία, η οποία κρίνει σήμερα από το δικαστήριο?
Ποιου μιλάς?
Εγώ μιλώ στον ενάγοντα.
Ποια είναι η φύση του ενάγοντα?
Έχετε κάτι να πείτε?
Η φύση του ενάγοντα ποια είναι, κυρία?
Κυρία, δεν θα σας πω.
Είμαι άντρας, τι είμαι? Τι νομίζεις ότι είμαι? Ποιο το δικαστήριο είναι τούτο?
Επειδή φωνάζει συνέχεια ο ενάγοντας, ο κύριος Επιμήτης Δημήτρη, μιλά μισά ελληνικά, ο δικαστής δεν θα συζητήσει μαζί του, θα το κόψει το δικαστήριο. Η υπόθεση θα παραμείνει για οδηγίες.
Να σου δω τώρα οδηγίες. I require remedy by fair and just compensation. See Exhibit A. I require remedy by fair and just compensation. See Exhibit A, ma'am.
Η υπόθεση και η αίτηση θα παραμείνει για οδηγίες.
Όποιος επιθυμεί να απαντήσει εκ μέρους μου θα υποστεί τις συνέπειες. Απαντάς για μένα?
Now, for people who are not aware, when you go to court and you don't settle the dispute at that moment, both of the parties turn around and say, hey man, are you busy on Friday? Can we come back on Friday? And it's gonna be like, you know what, I'm busy on Friday. Can we do on Monday? And you'll be like, yeah, Monday's okay. Judge, we both agree to come back on Monday. So the judge would turn around and say, okay, Monday. Now, the judge didn't even ask me. The case and the request is gonna be on this day. Well, what do you mean? You just answered for me? Are you accepting the benefit on my behalf?
Η υπόθεση και η αίτηση θα παραμείνει για οδηγίες.
Όποιος επιθυμεί να απαντήσει εκ μέρους μου θα υποστεί τις συνέπειες. Απαντάς για μένα? Απάντησες τώρα για μένα.
Τι να απάντησα κάτι σε εσάς τώρα.
Έβαλες οδηγίες. Ποιο είναι οι οδηγίες? Εγώ δύο οδηγίες δάμε.
Η αίτηση, κύριε.
Uh-oh, you're busted τώρα. Now you're busted, okay? What does that mean? What does busted mean? It means you turn around and said, η υπόθεση και η αίτηση θα παραμείνουν για οδηγίες.
Η υπόθεση και η αίτηση θα παραμείνουν για οδηγίες.
And when I turn around και λαλώ σου, απαντάς τώρα εσύ για μένα. You turn around and say,
Εγώ δύο οδηγίες
Η
δάμε.
αίτηση, κύριε.
η αίτηση κύριε, η αίτηση κύριε. Που πρώτα είπες
Η υπόθεση και η αίτηση. Η υπόθεση και η αίτηση.
η υπόθεση και η αίτηση. Τώρα είναι μόνο η αίτηση. Πώς κανόνια. Τώρα νιώθω ότι περιπέζει με τούτη γυναίκα. Εγώ δεν έχω να φάω and she thinks she's gonna get away with it. Now after all this mistreatment and this trauma I faced, now I need to go to another courtroom and face another judge for the other case regarding the removal of the unauthorized use of video. So I'm thinking, fuck, you know, is this judge gonna treat me like a piece of shit too? In the meantime, this police officer is following me around. Hold on a minute. There's so many lawyers and people filing complaints and claims. Why don't other police officers escort these guys? Why do you have to be around me? What am I? And I'm thinking, what am I gonna face now? But in all fairness, this judge was really cute. She spoke to me in English. I did stick to my guns. This is not an administrative hearing. This is a common law trial, and I require the immediate removal of the unauthorized use of property. Give me the order.
Yeah, that's my claim, thank you.
Αναστάσιος από το Νέο.
I prefer to speak in English as is my first language.
Actually, the proceedings are in Greek officially, it's official language, and we are not allowed to make any proceedings in English.
Sorry, ma'am. Are you the woman who acts as judge?
I'm a judge taking care of the case today, just today, because of the
Okay.
absence of the
May I ask,
proceedings.
whose court is this? Whose court is this?
I'm the Constitution of Cyprus.
Did you see my claim?
No, I'm not allowed to see your claim because
Now in this case, when the lawyer opens his mouth, I had to stop him. I stopped him and say, hey, hold on a minute.
Do you have first-hand knowledge?
I suggest that
Do you have first-hand knowledge? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question. Do you have first-hand knowledge?
How can we proceed if the other side does not have first-hand knowledge? These are just the principles of anything. Now, as soon as I asked that question, guess who stepped forward to protect the lawyer?
Yes or no? Ma'am, this man fails to meet my requirement. I require the immediate removal
η
of...
γλώσσα του δικαστηρίου, όπως έχω εξηγήσει, είναι ελληνική με βάση το Σύνταγμα της Κυπριακής Δημοκρατίας.
Ma'am, this is a trial now. I require the immediate removal of the unauthorized use of
Δεν
property.
ζητάτε χρόνο για ένσταση, έτσι.
I require the immediate removal of the unauthorized use of property.
Κύριε, ζητάτε χρόνο για ένσταση στην αίτηση.
I, man, require the immediate removal of the unauthorized use of property.
Να συλληφθεί για καταφρόνηση του δικαστηρίου αυτή τη στιγμή.
What does that mean?
Σημαίνει ότι είστε αγενείς ενάντια στο δικαστήριο. Να διεξαχθεί στην απουσία μου τη διαδικασία, παρακαλώ.
So as you can see, the whole process went smoothly. I was really shaken up that day. When I came home and did calm down, I thought to myself, well, hold on a minute, maybe I did something wrong. I was the one to blame. It wasn't the judges. Yes, I filed a claim, but I didn't set down the rules of this claim. I didn't set down the rules of my courts. The judge would say, okay, I've got a claim. This guy's not setting the rules though, so I'm just gonna go with the same rules that I've been playing all this time. Right? What are the rules? Now, if you come to my house, rule number 1, no shoes in the house. If you want to play in this house, no shoes. And that's the rule of this house. So it was my fault. I didn't set down the rules of court. So even though the first judge was really, really rude to me, I'm still gonna take that blame because I didn't set down the rules, and I have to give her the benefit of doubt to say, you know what, you're right. You didn't have the rules, you didn't know, and I take the blame for it. So as soon as I realized this, I wrote a letter to both judges placing the rules of my court. Hi Christiana, I wish you and your family good health. I communicate in the writ form to secure and protect my rights and to educate you on the matter as you may not be aware. To avoid your interference with my right to access my court again, see exhibits. Now you know how a court of record proceeds. Apart from betrayal, I see no reason for you not to perform your duty as judge in my court. Be well and God bless your fellow man, Evros. Now the exhibits I attached to both letters are only the definitions of what I'm using. Now I am just citing their books. Now on exhibit A, It's from the Black's Law Dictionary that defines a court. Even in the legislation, not law, the legislation, the legal side, their definition is a legislative assembly. Parliament is called in the old books a court of the king. Exhibit B2, it defines a court of record in the Bouvier's Law Dictionary of 1914. A judicial, organized tribunal having attributes and exercising functions independently of the person of the magistrate designated generally to hold it, and proceeding accordingly to the course of the common law. I even add on Exhibit 1 the definition of common law, and it says it comes from the Roman law. I also attach as exhibit the 12 tables of Roman law, which rule number 1, according to their laws, all persons summoned before the magistrate must attend. If one party fails to attend, the magistrate shall pronounce judgment in the favor of the present party. That's rule number 1. I also attach from 1835 Tomlin's Law Dictionary, a court, the king's palace or mansion. Every court of record is the king's court, in right of his crown and dignity. Through his subjects have the benefit of it. The free use of all courts of record and not of record is to be granted to the people. Have that too, Judge. I even put from another law dictionary from 1729. Now we're going on law dictionaries now, just to explain to these judges what a court of record is. Now, I even attached from William Blackstone's commentaries, book 3, chapter 3, court of record. It defines it right there. So any definition I go from any of these law dictionaries, I can clearly see it's the king's court. The king is here. Serve the king. What do you think? Is only King Charles? What do you think a kingdom symbolizes? It symbolizes the people, because the king and the people are one. What do you think it is? Wake up, buddy. I even attach Exhibit D, which I even show them from their own website. The laws enacted for the colony apply to Cyprus the principles of common law and equity. The laws applicable are the following: the Constitution of the Republic of Cyprus, no thank you. The laws retained in force by the virtue of Article 188 of the Constitution, no thank you. The principles of common law and equity, thank you. The laws enacted by the House of Representatives, no thank you. So there's 4 ways, and I wish to do the principles of common law and equity. Well, the principles are: I have to appear, the woman has to appear. I have to swear that everything I say is true, the woman who I summons has to swear that everything she says is true. I have to have first-hand knowledge, she has to have first-hand knowledge. You see these principles? These are the rules of my court. A judge shall devote his or her professional activity to judicial duties. This stuff is from their website. I even topped it off by attaching an article from the United Nations Charter, which is Article 8. The United Nations shall place no restrictions on the eligibility of men and women to participate in any capacity and under conditions of equality in its principal and subsidiary organs. Now, as I wrote these letters and I attached the exhibits, I'm on my way down to the courthouse the next day to deliver mail. I want to go and give it one to the judge and one to the other judge. But I don't want to do like, here, take it here. I'll actually want to sit there and show her, hey, it says this and it says that, and this is how I see it in my mind. I'm going to go and educate the judge tomorrow. Now, did it go as I planned it in my mind? With one judge, yes. The other one, no.
Hey Christiana, good morning. Just regarding my case, just wanted to I had a claim here and basically you ignored it. I just wanted, maybe you didn't know how a court of record proceeds. So I just wanted to let you know I've delivered you some papers for your education.
Which case? I don't remember.
Right. Was my claim, ce ήθελα να ρωτήσω because ήσουν μόνοι σου δάμε. Πού είναι ο εκείνος που γράφει for the record? Δεν έχει κάποιον που γράφει for the record να καταγραφούνται? Ναι, καταγράφονται.
Πρακτικά, επειδή αν δεν γίνεται ακρόαση κανονική με μαρτυρία.
Ακρόαση is a hearing.
here, court hearing.
That's what I'm saying, because my claim goes only by common law proceeding, which is a trial, and you try to convert it into an administrative hearing. Maybe you don't know how it works. I attach exhibits to you and say, so the next day...
It was the case of Mr. Agapitos, which came here because of the absence of Mr. Agapitos.
Right, but you took hold of that situation. Yeah, but I didn't wish to change the date. You changed it for me. But I can forgive you for that. I just wanted to let you know. Yeah, it's me. A website.
A website making some videos.
I used to do some videos, yeah, but that was a long time ago.
I remember it.
Right.
It's not. Is a claim against Google?
Against a woman. If you can just turn around and see the exhibit, because here in the Black's Law Dictionary it says Court of Record is the King's Court. This is the 1914 Court of Record definition.
Yeah,
it
this
says
is in England.
No, we still have Commonwealth here, man.
No, we have different laws.
Right.
We are based on English law, but we have different legislation, so we are not allowed
But I'm not going from legislation. So I'm trying to say you're on the wrong side of the jurisdiction. I'm trying to tell you, bring the matter back to the original jurisdiction. According to the Roman legislation, both must appear.
Αν ήταν εναντίον εταιρείας, γιατί εγώ θυμούμαι
No, it was
χωρίς
a
να
woman.
το φάγε.
It was a
Ότι
woman.
έγραφε Google.
Thank you very much for your time. I do apologize if I came across rude. I didn't mean to offend you. I just want my claim.
Καλή συνέχεια.
Ναι, ευχαριστώ.
Ηρεμία.
Yeah, thanks, bye.
As you can see, that went well. As you did hear, me and the judge had a little connection, we had a little laugh. I explained the rules of the game. Most of the conversation was in English. She acknowledged the fact that, oh yeah, it's the Roman law, she didn't appear. So she did acknowledge the fact that, oh yeah, if the woman doesn't appear, yeah, you've got to give a default judgment. Now, I have one more piece of mail to deliver. Now, does that go as planned?
Hey, πού πάει, ρε. Φίλε, πού πάει, ρε.
Ναι, καλημέρα. Ήθελα να σου μιλήσω χτες για κάτι, maybe you don't know, so I just wanted to...
Να καλέσουμε την αστυνομία να αγαπητέ μου.
Συγγνώμη, η φωτογραφία του δικαστήριου δεν πρέπει να έρθει.
Απλά ήθελα να σου δώσω λίγες πληροφορίες που μπορεί να μην ξέρεις.
Εντάξει,
Γι' αυτό απλά ήθελα
να
να
σου
σε...
πω τι θα κάνετε για να είμαστε εντάξει, να πάτε κάτω στον πρωτοκολλητήριο, δεν μπορώ να παίρνω εγώ πράγματα.
Είδες με χτες δεν καταγράφουνε. Και I'm thinking it's on record, correct? On record?
Ναι.
Okay. Court of record, any definition you go in the law dictionary, it says it's a king's palace. Only proceeds.
Έχετε το δικαίωμα, το δικαστήριο, παρόλο τη συμπεριφορά σας που ήσασταν πολύ επιθετικός προς εμένα.
Ναι, δεν ήθελα να σε δώσω jurisdiction.
Εντάξει, οκ.
Μπορεί η γυναίκα να μην ήξερε. Σου είπα να το της δείξω για την
Κύριε,
επόμενη
σας
φορά.
παρακαλώ, πηγαίνετε.
Κύριε, σας παρακαλώ, πηγαίνετε και άιστες πελάρες, ρε, άιστες πελάρες. That's what she's basically saying to me.
Ακούστε να σας πω κάτι. Την επόμενη φορά να μου πείτε ό,τι θέλετε. Εγώ επειδή έχω φάκελό σας, το claim σας πόσα λεφτά είναι.
Now the judge is asking me a question about my claim, which is great because she acknowledges that it's a claim, it's not a complaint, it's not an αγωγή.
Εγώ επειδή έχω φάκελό σας, το claim σας πόσα λεφτά είναι.
But on the day at court when I was supposed to get my judgment, she turned around and said,
122 η αγωγή. Από ό,τι βλέπω σήμερα στο φάκελο έχει μία αίτηση.
So it's either you saw my file and there's a claim, and then the day on court you say, oh, well in the case file there's a request. The day after you just said to me, there's a claim in the case file. You acknowledge the claim.
Εγώ επειδή έχω φάκελό σας, το claim σας πόσα λεφτά είναι.
Είναι πάει στο exhibit.
Πόσα λεφτά όμως θέλετε, 5 με τώρα.
Όταν πάει στο exhibit θα το δείτε.
Είδα το, γι' αυτό το επιβιώνω.
Εσύ δεν δέχτηκες ότι είναι claim. Εσύ απλά...
Είναι claim, κύριε. 122 η αγωγή. 122 η αγωγή.
So αν είναι claim και το καταλάβεις ότι είναι common law, ο άλλος δεν ήρθε.
Δεν μπορεί να χτίσει
Τούτοι οι άνθρωποι ενοχλούν συνέχεια. Νιώθω ότι είμαι σκύλος εδώ αντί άντρας. Ποιος το λέει, είσαι ο παπάς μου? Είσαι ο παπάς μου? Είδες τι σου λέω, κυρία? Εντάξει, απλά ήθελα να σου το πω, εγώ θα φύγω τώρα.
Έξω από το δικαστήριο.
Γιατί, είσαι ο παπάς μου?
Έξω από το δικαστήριο μας. Εγώ σου λέω. Δικαιούμαι εγώ σας.
Σεβαστούν.
Έλα σε πάρω κάτω να σου εξηγήσω. Άις μου το εντάξει.
Δεν μου τζίζεις.
Ρε μπανέσα!
Δεν μου τζίζεις.
Ρε μπανέσα πάμε κάτω.
Δεν μου τζίζεις.
Άις μου το έχεις το εντάξει.
Θέλεις να κάνεις θέμα μπροστά που λάδε πόσο κόσμο ανέσαι.
As you can see, the other judge was happy to take the paperwork. This judge, nope, I don't take paperwork. You have to go to the registrar. All I gathered from that conversation that she doesn't accept paperwork, and the only way she can see the paperwork is by going to the registrar and filing my paperwork at the registrar so they can put it in the case file. So that's what I did.
Να πάτε κάτω στο πρωτοκολλητήριο, δεν μπορώ να παίρνω εγώ πράγματα.
Αφού βοηθάει ο λόγος που θα το βρεις πάνω για να πάω να πούμε στο φάκελο.
Γεια σου, πώς είσαι? Είναι καλός ο καιρός σήμερα?
Για άλλους είναι καλός, για άλλους είναι καλός. Θέλεις να βάλεις κάτι σε ένα φάκελο σου για τη δική σου υπόθεση, πρέπει να βάζεις το προκολλητήριο να σου στρέψουν να βάλουμε στην υπόθεση.
Who is that?
Στο Χριστόδουλο.
Can I just give them to you να τα βάλεις μέσα τώρα?
Όχι. Θα τα δω και στο δικαστήριο εκείνη την ημέρα.
Είπε μου η Μαριάννα να βάρτα με
Δεν ξέρω τι σου είπε η Μαριάννα, έτσι, ούτε μου είπε εμένα η Μαριάννα, εγώ δεν κάνω κουτσομπολιά, είπε μου. Μπορεί να πεις, είπε μου και ο Πάπας, να κάνω μια κουτσομπέλα να είναι.
Εντάξει, να σου πω τι θα κάνετε για να είμαστε εντάξει, να πάτε κάτω στο πρωτοκολλητήριο, δεν μπορώ να παίρνω εγώ πράγματα.
Θα πεις την ημέρα την ίδια στο δικαστή, έτσι.
Είπε μου να τα βάλω στο case file. Εν το πιάνω.
Ποιον πράγμα είναι τούτο?
Της Μαρίας πάνω, Μαριάννα. Just to put in my case file.
Όχι. Θα δω και στο δικαστή την ημέρα που είναι. Δεν είναι τίποτα.
What if she says no again?
Άμα πει no, θα το δω.
This is just bizarre now, okay? So the judge doesn't accept my paperwork, says I have to go to the registrar. The registrar tells me no, I have to give them to the judge. So I'm holding this piece of paper now. Well, who's going to accept it? Because I want to give it to someone. So I'm thinking to myself, I have to give this paperwork to the judge, so there's no excuse she didn't receive those paperwork. Now it's up to her to say, you know what, F this guy. Or she's going to turn around and say, you know what, let me call the guy and tell him, hey, go and put these papers in the case file so I can see it later. And be an honourable judge. Now don't forget, these people are masters at this game, yeah? And I can clearly see that they're trying to get me going around in circles now, so I just waste my time and energy and everything, hoping that I'm gonna let it go and just carry on with my life. But they don't know I've got nothing else to live for and I will die by this. All I have is this, and you're taking it away from me. You think I'm just gonna let it go? So I can clearly see these people are playing games with me, and I need to find out who came up with the idea to play this game on me so I can go and speak to them. No point of arguing with the little guys that are ordered to play this game. I need to go to the top. Who is the guy who came up with the idea, put everyone there to confuse me, to do this, to do that, and not let me get my default judgment? So I go down to my man.
Someone is attacking me, Dora, and I wish to know who is attacking me.
Ρεύρο, μα γιατί ξεκινάς πάντα?
Αφού ο Χριστόδουλος δεν με βοηθά, ρε. Ο Χριστόδουλος, he tricks me, ρε. You broke my heart, man.
Why?
Because you tricked me, ρε.
What?
You tricked me.
How?
Please don't interfere with my claim. Just stamp
Don't?
Please don't interfere with my claim. Just stamp my paperwork, then I'll go.
Θα με χειρίζεσαι.
I didn't.
Χειριστικός σε μένα να μην
This is
χειρίζεσαι.
your pen, sorry.
I'm not interfering your case. Εντάξει, εγώ δεν το πράγμα θα το βάλω μέσα, αλλά η ημερομηνία δεν θα σου δώσω. Την ημερομηνία πιάνεις μόνο να με βάλεις αίτηση.
If you don't do this, I'm not gonna do that. So that's extortion, right?
Όταν μου παρουσιάσεις αίτηση, αυτό το πράγμα δεν είναι αίτηση. Αυτό το πράγμα είναι πιαν κόλλαν και έγραψα πράγματα πάνω.
Because you're telling me the legal way. I'm telling you I want to do a common court of record. I'm sure you have your beliefs and your ways of doing it, but there's 4 ways of doing it. It says it on your website. You want to help me and explain to me of the first way. I don't want to do that way. I want to do this way. My case.
Το common law είναι principles of common law που λαμβάνει υπόψη.
Right.
Δικαιούσε με το common law γράφει κάπου μέσα στο site ή οπουδήποτε αλλού να έρθω να βάλω μια κόλλα και να πω κάνουμε απόψη με το common law.
Έχει κάπου που γράφει ότι I'm not allowed.
Ευρώ, σταμάτα.
With the request ότι αν δεν σου κάνω ότι όπως τα θέλεις τα χαρτιά σου, δεν θα τα παίρνεις πάνω και he declined my request. I didn't want to do a request. You made me do a request. You tricked me, ρε.
Anyway, this public servant wants to give me a lesson.
Στην Κύπρο ισχύουν κάποιες αρχές που ισχύουν στην Αγγλία και σε άλλες χώρες της κοινοπολιτείας. Παρά τα αυτά όμως, όπως γνωρίζεις, είμαστε μια ξεχωριστή ανεξάρτητη χώρα, δόξα τω Θεώς, και έχουμε και τους δικούς μας νόμους και κανονισμούς. Το ότι έχουμε κάποιες αρχές της Αγγλίας δεν σημαίνει ότι έχουμε τα δικαστήρια της Αγγλίας. Έχουμε τα δικά μας. Τα δικά μας ονομάζονται επαρχιακό δικαστήριο και ανώτατο δικαστήριο.
You're absolutely correct. It's the district courts and the Supreme Courts. The only problem with that, Christodule, is that you were trying to get me to say I am in the district court or I'm in the Supreme Court. I'm not in your courts. I'm filing a claim at the district court. And someone who did study 5.5 years of law, I honestly believe you know that and you did trick me. Because no way someone with 5.5 years of legalese experience doesn't know the difference between in and at. But he bezis me.
Δεν είναι ούτε queens, ούτε kings,
Wonderful.
ούτε principal, ούτε prince, ούτε princess.
The principal, or the kings, or the queens, or the prince, or the princess. Oh, really? Έτσι νομίζεις, ρε Χριστόδουλε, αν είναι έτσι όπως τα λαλείς, how comes in chapter 285 of the police code, why do our police officers swear an oath to Her Majesty the Queen? Huh? It says it right there. I do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to our sovereign lady, the Queen, her heirs and successors, and that I will faithfully serve our sovereign lady, the Queen, her heirs and successors, and the government of Cyprus in the office of a constable. This is from your codes. It's not the law, it's the codes. It says it in your own codes. I'm not the one who wrote these codes. I can't decipher these codes, but what I'm reading, Bubano, I can see Her Lady the Majesty. So you're serving the Queen and the government. Well, I'm telling you, I don't want to go with the government. I want to use this side of the law. And you're pushing me on this side. I don't want to do this side because I know I'm going to lose. I know I'm gonna lose. Why would I want to play that game when I know I'm gonna lose? Τροκόναρα νομίζεις, right? Έτσι νομίζεις ο Χριστόδουλος, ότι εγώ τροκόναρα. Νομίζεις ότι είμαι μες στα TikTok και πελάνα και εγώ. Έτσι νομίζεις. And even when the Queen granted you this independence, Χριστόδουλε, it says, number 1, establishment of the Republic of Cyprus as an independent, sovereign country. The Republic of Cyprus is an independent country. The Republic of Cyprus does have its own courts, but who drafted that contract for the establishment of a Republic of Cyprus? Yes, here you go, your independent Republic of Cyprus. You can have your own court and your own court, okay? And this is your system, but you are under my realm. All of your little rules and regulations are under my realm. It's all about the Queen and Her Majesty and the crown in your codes, right? And you're telling me no?
Ούτε queens, ούτε kings,
Wonderful.
ούτε principal, ούτε prince, ούτε princess.
And if what you're saying, Christodule, is true, then why the woman who acts as building manager for the land registry building say this?
Who's the woman who acts as building manager for this building?
Yeah.
Σε ποιος είναι η υπηρεσία απόψε?
Nobody.
So, αν έρθει ο βασιλιάς ή η βασίλισσα, μπορεί να του ανοίξουν την πόρτα?
No, they will let us know that she's coming and somebody will come.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Στην Κύπρο δεν υπάρχει King's Bench. Κάτω που το κελές σου και δεν υπάρχει.
Ξιαστό, φκάρτο που το νου σου, δεν έχει King's Bench στα 100 ευρώ.
Άρα τελειώσαμε με το κομμάτι. Ξεκαθαρίσαμε το εγκέφαλο μας.
Let me to educate you on this. It's my case. I paid for it. It's my φάκελο.
Ναι, it's your φάκελο.
I put it in my φάκελο.
Περίμενε, δεν είναι your my φάκελο και ξυφάκελος.
You're just the court clerk. You're supposed to just stamp my paperwork.
Ποιος το λέει τούτο?
You have a fiduciary duty.
Όχι.
I am the boss here, not you. No, mate, it's the other way around. You're a public servant. What are you talking about?
Εν το καταλαβαίνεις. Εγώ λέω σου το πράγμα είναι δίχως και εσύ λαλείς μου γυαλί.
Boy, we can agree on deals.
Όχι.
But you see the deal from that side. I see it from this side.
Είναι σαν να σου λαλώ, θέλω να μου φέρεις με παπούτσι. Και λέω σου, δεν θέλω έναν οποιοδήποτε παπούτσι. Θέλω έναν Nike.
Esto, heli mu Nike. Now, since nobody's accepted my paperwork, I walked back in the judge's office and handed her my paperwork. So at least now I know she has no excuse that she hasn't received my educational lesson and that the next time she does anything, she will be liable. Because now she's aware of the rules of the game. Now, if she wishes to trespass again on my paperwork and try to convert my claim to a complaint, it's up to her. But she's gonna be liable.
Αρία, καλημέρα. Ήθελα να σου δω τα χαρτιά.
Σας παρακαλώ.
Εδώ κάσου τα
Σας
χαρτιά.
παρακαλώ, κυρία.
Να είσαι καλά, κυρία.
Σας παρακαλώ.
Have a good day.
Χρόνια, όνομα του Θεού.
Εμφανίζομαι για την επίπερη ασθενέτηση ημερομηνίας 18 Τετάρτου 22.
I man require the remedy by way of fame just come. Εγώ άντρας απαιτώ αποζημίωση σε εξυπηρέ.
Κύριε Τρεπίδη, σήμερα εκκρεμεί η αίτηση της άλλης πλευράς. Έχω δει την αγωγή σας, τη ζητάτε.
Έχω δει την αγωγή σας. I have seen your complaint, but hold on a minute. when I was back in your office, you turned around and said...
Είναι claim, κύριε. Εγώ επειδή έχω φάκελο σας, το claim σας πόσα λεφτά είναι?
You acknowledged my claim. Now second time you're saying it's a complaint. So you're doing the same game, trying to not give me my claim. Now I get it. Okay, let's carry on.
Η άλλη πλευρά είναι εδώ. Αυτός ο άντρας εδώ.
Ναι.
Οκ, μπορεί να μου...
Η άλλη πλευρά, η Google Limited που δεν άκουσα να μιλήσει.
Όχι, είναι η Ελίζαμπεθ. Η Ελίζαμπεθ δεν είναι εδώ σήμερα. Όχι, είναι η Ελίζαμπεθ που γράφει και η ακρόαση σήμερα είναι για αποζημίωση.
Κύριε, σας λέω στην αγωγή σας, έλα κοντά εδώ να μιλήσει γράφει Google Limited.
She thinks I'm stupid, yeah? She has the case file in front of her, and she's saying to me, Ella, come closer, come and see. Come and see. It doesn't say Elizabeth, it says Google. Can you see? And she's trying to be so nice and so polite and for me to be mesmerized and forget all about it and this confusion. I know your tricks. How can she say she doesn't have it in the case file when she already told me from before, go and add everything to your case file? I even have it that is received. Look, stamped from the district court, it's received. You received it. So basically how I see it is that she has the case file, the one that says Elizabeth on the paper, she took that paper, put it all the way underneath, and she comes and says, look at the front page, look, it doesn't say Elizabeth, it says Google, come and see. Now they had 2 months now to add this piece of paper that says received in the case file. You really think that I'm gonna believe that within 2 months, over 100 employees in that building couldn't put one piece of paper in the case file? Or you really think I believe that the piece of paper wasn't added to the case file the same day? Someone's playing a trick on me. And the only one that I see who's playing a trick on me here is the woman in the black robe. But this is another trick. It's a request. Are you going to answer to this request? Request. Since when a request is higher than the claim?
Δεν απαντώ σε ερωτήσεις. Μαρία, εγώ είμαι εδώ και ορκίζομαι ότι ό,τι λαλεί το χαρτί μου είναι αλήθεια. Τα χαρτιά του άλλης μερικιάς είναι αλήθεια, να ορκιστεί. Μπορεί να ορκιστεί. Το μόνο που χρειάζομαι από εσάς σήμερα είναι την ικανότητα μάρτυρας, κυρία. Να μαρτυρήσεις ότι δεν ήρθε ο άλλος, δεν ήρθε η γυναίκα. Δεν ήρθε η γυναίκα. Δεν ήρθα να συζητήσω. Θα ορκιστεί ότι είναι... Θα ορκιστεί, πως εγώ ορκίζομαι ότι είναι... Όχι ενορκεί πιστοποιημένο, να βεβαιώσει. Ορκίζομαι τώρα ότι λέω είναι αλήθεια. Να το κάνετε και εσύ. Μπορεί να το κάνετε τούτος, κυρία.
Θα οριστεί για οδηγίες. Θα δώσω χρόνο για έσταση, θα γνωρίσω 13 Οκτωβρίου.
Κυρία, δεν επιθυμώ να κανένας θα επεμβεί με το διάταγμα μου σήμερα. Ήθελα να δείξω και στην κυρία να μην υπογράψει sama μόνη.
Just to put in my case file. Όχι. Ό,τι είναι σε judgment θα τη δώσει στο δικαστή. Αν είναι judgment θα τη δώσει στο δικαστή την πέρα που είναι. So I thought to myself, you know what? I ain't playing your game anymore. I'm in loss now. You guys beri bezzedeme. You're taking me around in circles. You think I'm stupid. I'm not gonna play that game. So I went down to the senior registrar, to my man, and I asked him, where can I go and get a certified copy of the oaths and bonds of 2 judges? Now, an oath is when a judge is appointed, he has to swear an oath. When a judge gives the oath, he has to attach a bond. It's called a surety bond. A surety bond is a guaranteed insurance. So if a judge ever makes an error, then the other side can go and claim from the insurance, from the guarantee insurance that the judge has.
Τι θέλεις να
Θέλω να μου γράψεις απλά πού να πάω να τα πιάσω.
Όρκο για τους δικαστήρες είναι στο ανώτατο δικαστήριο.
Thank you so much.
Και για έπρεπε να πάεις, μίλαγε με ένα αρχιπροβολητή, αν έχει υπόψη του να σου βοηθήσει για αυτό που μιλάς. Αφού οι δικαστές μόλις διοριστούν, διούν όρκο.
Yeah.
Now, as the man did tell me that the information I seek is at the Supreme Court building, which is in Nicosia, I got in my car and I went down there. Now, when I went down there, I got a totally different answer.
Δικαστής πέμπτο το όνομα. Το είναι το αρχαίο το ανώτατο, αλλά εννοείται σε έτσι προσωπικά δεδομένα του κάθε ενός εντζοχούν. Εν έχουμε.
Τσάκαρα, δεν είναι τσάκαρες καν.
Από ξέρει αν έχει
Οκ, την φόρμα που συμπληρώνουν με τον όρκον τους για να έχουν ασφάλεια, δεν τα κάνουν register μέσα στο αρχείο.
Ποιαν ασφάλεια.
Αφού judges...
Ασφάλεια ζωής.
Άντε Σοφή, you're wasting my time τώρα.
Εσύ που μας τρώεις την ώρα, μάθαμε. Εν έχουμε έτσι
No, θέλει να με βγάλεις πελών τώρα.
The senior registrar told me the public records I seek for is at the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court turns around and says, we don't have such records. Then she turns around and says,
από την ασφάλεια του ανθρώπου, πώς θέλεις τα πω. Από την ασφάλεια του ανθρώπου, πώς θέλεις τα πω. Πάμε το γραπτό στο έτοιμο σου να μας δούμε οδηγίες να το απαντήσουμε.
And then she turns around and says, I have orders not to give you anything.
Δεν μίλησα με την Ειρήνη, ούτε με την κυρία Ειρήνη δεν μίλησα. Οι οδηγίες είναι να μας το δώσουν κάτι.
She has orders not to give me anything. Not to the people, to me. Why? What did I do that's so bad, that's so wrong, that you can't give me access to public records? So that just explains the corruption in Cyprus now. Now, I didn't know all of this. I had to go through all of this Google thing to find out all of this corruption that's taking place in Cyprus.
Αλλά είναι μου το πρόβλημα σου είναι κατάλαβα. Λείπει χαρτί.
Λείπει χαρτί και τώρα έβαλε μου άλλη ημερομηνία η γενικά.
Επίσης είπες του Χριστόδουλου.
Όχι, δεν του πάει, να πάω κατευθείαν.
Να πάει στο Χριστόδουλο.
Όχι, ο Χριστόδουλου είναι τόσο καλό πλάσμα.
Στην Κύπρο δεν υπάρχει King's Bench. Ούτε Kings, ούτε Principal, ούτε Prince, ούτε Princess.
Μπορεί το χαρτί που ψάχνεις απλά να μην μπήκε στο file. Έτσι σημαίνει ότι χάθηκε.
Γίνεται να μην μπει στο file.
Συμβαίνει.
Εντάξει, Εύαγορα, ευχαριστώ πάρα πολλά για το time.
Now, the senior registrar obviously has been in the game for many years, so he knows the difference between legal and lawful, and he's trying to test me out now with a few questions. Just for everybody who doesn't understand what I'm talking about, the legal way have their own language. It's called legalese, okay? My conversation with this man is proof of acknowledgement that this man acknowledges the fact that we are both speaking a different language.
Well, who's going to come and dispute my claim? It's not true. Who's going to dispute my claim?
The judge.
She can't, or he can't dispute my claim.
Είναι το δύσκολο να κάνεις την πρώτη σου έφεση.
Έφεση? You're talking about appeal?
Άμα σου πει ο δικαστής...
I don't speak legalese, Rebagora. I don't speak legally. You're trying to get me in the legal capacity. I don't speak legalese. I don't understand legalese. I'm not even in the legal society.
Ας σε ρωτήσω κάτι. Άμα ο δικαστής που έχεις μια υπόθεση τώρα, θα έχεις απόφαση σωστά, διάκαμα, τι θέλεις να βγάλεις. Εσύ το δόκι.
Ναι, μου το δόκι.
Τι να κάνεις. Θα κάνεις έφεση.
No. I'm going to go straight to the insurance company.
Πού να πάεις.
Straight to the insurance company.
Χωρίς απόφαση.
Straight to the insurance company.
Χωρίς διάκαμα.
Straight to the insurance company.
Και τι να πετύχει.
I have records.
You have?
Records.
Και τι σημαίνει.
I have records of proof that that woman is interfering with my rights. Ναι.
Εγώ όμως, παρόλο το γεγονός ότι μιλούμε διαφορετικά, ό,τι χρειάζεσαι για να κάνεις τούτο που εσύ θεωρείς ότι είναι σωστό, εννοείται ότι μπορεί να διαφωνούμε σε κάποια πράγματα, αλλά ποτέ θα σου κλείσει την πόρτα.
Now, as this woman did fail to give me my judgment twice, I thought to myself, you know, let me write this woman another letter, just to make sure to have a good case. I did set down the rules of the game. There was a claim, and the woman did mismanage my paperwork by trespass. Right? So, this is my letter. Hi, Maria. Thank you for acting as judge in my court. As woman Elizabeth Margaret Cunningham did not dispute my claim by way of verify in open court, I, man, require remedy by fair and just compensation. See Exhibit A.
Hey, Maria. Yeah, of course. Just for a court record. Thank you. Thank you. Δεν να κάτσεις πότε θα είμαστε.
Ναι, για συγγνώμη, ελάγοντα, φαντάζομαι προσωπικά, για να πούμε τους εθνικές.
Μέμ.
Περιμένετε κυρία, να περιμένετε τη σειρά σας. Θα σας πω εγώ που θα μιλήσετε.
Οκ.
Εντάξει.
Οι ιδανικές Αναστάσεως ήταν τελείως για να τελείω μακρόνομικό. Εμφανιζόμενη υπό διαμαρτυρία. Η Οδάτη είναι σήμερα ορισμένη η αίτηση ημερομηνίας 18 Τετάρτου του 22 για ακρόαση, μετά από 2 φορές που δόθηκαν οδηγίες.
Είναι ένα πράγμα, δεν είναι ακρόαση σήμερα.
Δεν καταλαβαίνει και έστω μέχρι σήμερα.
Δικαστήριο προσφύγων Εύρο. Είναι για ακρόαση σήμερα η αίτηση. Σας είχε ρωτήσει το δικαστήριο τις προηγούμενες φορές αν έχετε κάποια ένσταση. Αν έχετε ένσταση, μπορώ να σας ακούσω να μιλάτε στα ελληνικά καθαρά και τη γράφει κυρία.
Μπορώ να κάνω ένσταση.
Σας είπα ότι το προηγούμενο δικάσιμο να βάλετε ένσταση αν θέλετε.
Μπορώ. Πρέπει να είμαι σε λάθος δικαστήριο. Κοτσάι που με καλέσασαι, μόνο claims έχει. Εγώ η γυναίκα, η Ελίζαπεθ δεν είναι εδώ, απαιτώ να μου δώσει αποζημίωση. See Exhibit A. Ένα πάντως αίτησα, πάντως σε claim μόνο, είναι υπόθεση μου. Είναι υπόθεση μου και απλά να ήθελα να σου πω ότι δεν ήρθε η γυναίκα η Elizabeth Margaret Cunningham. Η Elizabeth Margaret Cunningham δεν είναι εδώ. Δεν είναι εδώ. Δεν είναι ακρόαση σήμερα, it's a trial, είναι δίκη σήμερα.
Θα το ρωτάξω στο δικαστήριο. Έχετε ένσταση στην αίτηση, θα απαντήσετε κάτι στην αίτηση ή όχι.
Είμαι σε λάθος δικαστήριο αν έχει αίτηση. Because εγώ που την εκάλεσα την Elizabeth δεν έχει αίτηση. Είναι για σένα, record.
Το δικαστήριο δεν παίρνει.
Το δικαστήριο δεν παίρνει, και παίρνει τίποτε το δικαστήριο δάμε. So how comes in my other case, when I went and handed the paper to the judge, he accepted it?
Ο ενάγοντας παρέδωσε στο δικαστήριο μια κόλλα Α4 που φέρει τον τίτλο Court of Record.
That's your job. You're there to take orders. It's like I'm going to a drive-thru and I'm saying I want a cheeseburger, I want a hamburger, I want 2 fries, I want a Coca-Cola. It's the same thing. The judge is there to accept orders.
Σήμερα δεν εξετάζεται το claim σας, εξετάζεται η αίτηση τους.
Ma'am.
Λένε στην αίτηση τους ότι η αγωγή σας είναι λάθος.
Δεν είναι αγωγή, είναι claim.
Το claim σας είναι λάθος. Αυτή είναι η θέση.
Οκ, είναι...
Θέλετε να απαντήσετε κάτι ή όχι.
Ναι, θέλω να κάνεις στην άλλη μεριά να ορκιστεί ότι ό,τι είπε είναι αλήθεια. Εγώ ορκίζομαι ότι λέω είναι αλήθεια. Κάμε και την άλλη μεριά. Κάμε την άλλη μεριά.
As you can see, I'm asking for simple principles. Make the other side swear that everything that piece of paper says is true. Yeah, whatever. All these tricks are just disgusting, especially the one that the judge continues to say, I don't see it in the case file. I don't see it in the case file.
Στο φάκελο δεν υπάρχει αμέντικα. Στο φάκελο.
Εγώ έχω το ότι ελήφθη.
Εγώ δεν έχω έτσι πράγματα. Να πάτε κάτω στο πρωτοκολλητήριο, δεν μπορώ να παίρνω εγώ πράγματα.
Θέλεις να βάλεις κάτι σε ένα φάκελο σου. Πρέπει να βάλεις το προκολλητήριο, να σου στρέψεις, να βάλουμε στην υπόθεση.
Η δικαστήνα είπε ότι έχει για το φάκελο σου θα έρχεσαι κάτω κοντά.
Αφού βοηθάει ο λόγος που θα τα βρεις πάνω για να πάνε να πούμε στο φάκελο.
Στο φάκελο δεν υπάρχει αμέντικα. Στο φάκελο.
Εγώ έχω το ότι ελήφθη.
Εγώ δεν έχω έτσι πράγματα.
Εγώ έχω κάτω το τώρα.
Η απόφαση μου στην αίτηση θα δοθεί σε μια ώρα. Η ώρα 11 θα φύγω την απόφαση μου. Στις 11 αμέ.
And this is the end, when she turns around and says, hey guys, I'm gonna give a decision on the request at 11 o'clock. Be here at 11 o'clock. Okay, we're gonna be here for the decision of the request. Okay, I know that's not for me, right? Because before she turned around and said, υπόθεση και η αίτηση. So there's 2 things there. It's the claim, the case, and their request. Anyway, at the end, she turns around and reads her decision.
Θα διαβάσετε το κείμενο μου. Με βάση το αναφέρω στην απόφαση μου. Μπορείτε να πατάτε μικρόφωνο στην απόφαση μου, παρακαλώ. Ευχαριστώ πολύ. Καλή συνέχεια.
What's the judgment? Συγγνώμη, το judgment, Μαρία. Για το claim μου, για την αγωγή. Για το claim. Για το claim, Μαρία, όμως.
Δεν υπάρχει claim, κυρία. Γράφει την αγωγή σας.
Ναι, για το claim.
Δεν υπάρχει claim. Δεν υπάρχει claim. Δεν υπάρχει claim. Είναι claim, κυρία. Το claim σου είναι για πολλά λεφτά.
I didn't say it's a complaint. I I said it's a claim.
So obviously the judge didn't give me my claim. So I went downstairs to my man, the senior registrar. So I went and wrote 2 letters addressing him to the woman who acted as judge in my case. You interfere with my right to remedy. Thus, I, man, require said remedy from you. And I got the man to stamp the paperwork that is received so they can give it to the judge. So that way, if the woman does not write back to dispute what I wrote down, then whatever I wrote down is true.
Παραλάβαμε διότι είναι επιστολή. Μα τούτα εν τα έστειλες.
Εν τα στείλα.
Τούτα που στείλες του...
Είναι άλλα τούτα. So I wanted να τα σταμπάρει και να φύγω.
Και μάλιστα πιάμε και τηλέφωνο θα το πούμε της Πρόεδρου, να τους το πείτε λάβω.
Okay, good, δεν έχει πρόβλημα.
Επιστολή εν και...
Ακριβώς είναι επιστολή, θα να τη φέρω να τη λάβει ότι ελήφθη και αφύγω.
Έλα και τι. Ο καλύτερος τρόπος να στείλεις κάτι είναι το ταχυδρομείο.
Ευτυχώς που με δαμε και ήρθα να τα δω να τελειώνει.
Ελήφθη και να πάει στην κυρία...
Μαρία Ανάννα. Στυλιανού.
Όπως είναι, να σφραγιστεί τώρα είναι Στυλιανού.
Καλό. Thank you so much, Ευαγόρα.
Εγώ έπρεπε στη δουλειά μου στο πλαίσιο του τι μπορώ και τι δικαιούμαι να κάνω. Ξέρεις.
Thank you for watching the video. If you did like the video and you found it valuable, please do donate. Anything you donate will be taken to pay off the debt. Anything is appreciated. Be well and God bless.